Big day yesterday. Big day. So much sweeping late into the night. I got back to the boat under a full moon for my return journey to Bear. I did a night swim, scrubbed myself off, wrapped my leg around Ding Dong's inflatable side. Just all of that off of me. So tired, but so worth it. It looks so good in there.
I cannot take all the credit for this though. When I finished sweeping the walls and the ceiling, a very large tornado emerged from the forest. It swirled around the water tower and then poured in through the skylight, spiraling downwards and then moving along the walls, circling me in the space like an invisible lengthless snake. And while I stood in the center of the space, in its eye I supposed, it snatched up all of the glass, concrete, and dust off the floor. Hands down, the most courteous tornado I'd ever met. An odd thing about the center of tornadoes that I've noticed is that it's eerily still in there. So still, that as I admired the scene in front of me, I casually scratched an itch on my ear. Then I thought, every time I have an itch on this ear, I'm gonna remember this moment. Then, as if a vortex above the skylight had come to life, the tornado's entirety left through that tiny hexagonal opening above my head. I looked over at Squeaks, and I said I wish there was some way I could give my thanks. And then we heard the last wisp in its wind say, "It was my pleasure." And now?
Build day. Very excited. It's gonna be cool.
I feel like this space needs a giant table, so I'm going to turn these logs into legs. Tidbit! Screws don't bite into bark as well as they do into wood. So I'm using my chisel to shave it off and at the same time make the wood flat. This is so it sits tight beside the pallet, keeping the wiggles to a minimum. Typically pallets have got 3/4 inch planks top and bottom. If you screw thin wood like this on an angle, it's likely to split. So I'll drill a hole with a drill bit a little thinner than the screw first to lessen that chance. Need a pine cone. Where's a pine cone? Ah, there's a pine cone. The space between the planks on the bottom measure out to a leg thickness plus a pine cone. Nature's ornaments have now become wedges. I'm taking up all the space that I can around the leg because they're so frickin' heavy. I'm more than a little concerned that when I flip this thing up, this tree's gonna fall down for a second time. Seems like this log needs a little extra TLC. So I'm going to brace it in a couple spots with a section of wood that I pried from it. And of course, a fresh wedge.
Voyager's passage by Jupiter accelerated towards a close encounter with the planet Saturn. Saturn's gravity would pull it on to Uranus, and in this game of cosmic billiards after Uranus, it will plunge on past Neptune, leaving the solar system and becoming an interstellar spacecraft, destined to wander forever the great ocean between the stars. And as Voyager should, sometime in its distant future, encounter beings from some other civilization in space, it bears a message.
with some Carl Sagan. He's talking about the Voyager missions, about Jupiter potentially having an Earth-like planet at the core. Great bedtime story. The wind is swirling heavy out there, and the sea is bobbing me and Bear around like being in a big waterbed. It's great. Good night.